This is Lab 4. First, start with the Lab 4 startup file, which you can download from Blackboard. Then go down to this area here. We want to add the sum of one roll of dice with a second roll of dice. Rolls of dice look like these possible outcomes. We want to sum them, so here we'd add 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 5 plus 2. So here I want to do equals B27 plus this one here, just click on it, C26, hit enter. If we go to formulas, show formulas, we can see that one number changes as these numbers change, and one stays the same because this number 1 always stays the same. So we can use our $ trick to say, oh look, I want the C26 to stay the same. If I had put a $ here, then this number would stay the same if I drag it down. So if I drag this down, they will all stay the same, which is what I want. So you can use that trick to fix these ones here. If you do the first one the way you want, then you can sort out, use your $ to freeze the one you want. So I'm going to not show formulas. And look how this has gone to all 2's. That's a mistake. If I go to File, Save, then it'll fix that. I don't know what the error is in Excel, but if I hit Save, it corrects it. So I'm going to pause while I input the rest of these. So now I have all my sums input, and I want to find the frequencies of those sums. These are the possible sums, and I want to find out how many there are of each one. So I'm going to use the COUNTIF, and I'm going to pick the range, which is all of my data in here, comma, what am I counting? My criteria. I want to count what in this range? Well, for this one I want to count 2's, so I'll put in 2. And I'll let you figure out what you should do for the rest of these. Next, we want to sum how many we have, add them up. So I'll go down to my total, and here I'll click on my auto sum, and it picks the array I want, so I hit enter. Now we want to find our relative frequency. So here, how do we find our relative frequency? We do our frequency divided by our total to get our frequency relative to the total. So equals, here's my frequency, I'm going to divide it by my total, which is this guy down here. And you should figure out what to do for the rest of these. Incidentally, you can use the $ trick here as well if you figure out what you want to freeze, which numbers you want to have change as you drag down and which ones you want to have freeze. So I'll let you figure out if I were to drag this cell down to other cells, which one would I want to change, and which one would I want to have stay the same. And again, I had this error where it copied the formulas correctly, but it didn't. The numbers were messed up. So if I hit the save button up here, it'll fix that, hopefully. There we go. And again, I want to sum up all of my relative frequency, so I would click on this button down here. I want the total, and I would hit the auto sum, and it picks the area I want, and that should be 1. Here, we just want to have this equal the guy next to him, and oh, it came in as a fraction. If it doesn't come in as a fraction, you can go to Home, and here just choose. Sometimes if you hit fraction, it won't give you the right thing. So hit number, fraction, and then up to 2 digits. Those are the ones you want. And this one I should be able to just drag down. And hit save. And while I'm at it, let me save this file as a file that I want. So I'm going to do save as, and lab 4. That's part 1. Part 2 we did in class. The rest of part 1, actually, you have to copy these formulas over. So you click on this, right click, copy, go to the next counting formula spot, click on that, right click, and paste. And then you would do the formulas, and you'd hit this, make sure everything's selected, and hit show formulas, and it'll show all the formulas. Which I'm not going to do because I'm not going to show you my formulas. Part 3, law of large numbers. So here, we need to do that. We need to simulate 2 rolls of a dice, and 1 roll of dice equals rand between 1, 6. That will give me a number between 1 and 6, like 5. But I want 2 numbers between 1 and 6, so I need to add two of them. And if I drag this down, since there are no cell references, it'll drag down fine, and I want 500 of them because we're going to do up to 500. Pause this. Okay, and again it did this weird thing where it just copied the same thing over, so if I hit save, it'll fix that. Might take a while. Maybe let's save again. There. So hit save twice. So here, what are my possible sums for the dice? You should put those in. Oh, we can't have a sum of 1. Now we need to find, for 50 throws, the frequency. So my frequency, again, is going to be equals count if. I want to count how many there are in what range. For 50 throws, I just want to take the first 50. put in what your criteria is. I'm going to put comma, this guy right here, that cell. How many 2's there are. And then again, I'm going to want to freeze. If I look at this formula, there's certain numbers here I want to freeze, and certain numbers I want to have change, and you have to figure out which those are, and then drag them down. Or you can just do the same formula over and over again. You can also drag it down if you wanted to, and then just go in and fix the things that you want to have changed. These should all be A1s to A50s. So you could just manually change those, that's fine too. Or you can find out the quick, easy way of doing it by using the dollar signs. And then of course I have to save. You hit save a couple times to get it to take it correctly. Relative frequency, we need to figure that. That's how many, what the frequency is relative to the total. What's my total for 50 throws? So you have to figure out, okay, my frequency relative to my total. You should be able to figure that one out. For the 500 throws, you do the same thing, only for my range, instead of going A1 to A50, I'm going to go A1 to A500. So that would be the only thing that changes here. So you could just copy that over and change that to 500, and you're in good shape. Classical probability is just a fraction. Oh, classical probability, actually no, classical probability we find from over here. That's these numbers here. So we would cut and paste this, just grab it, left click, copy, go over here and just paste those numbers in. Right click, paste. That's our classical probability that you want to compare these numbers to. So you'd compare this column to this column, and then you compare this column to this column and see how does 50 throws compare to what it should truly be, and how does 500 throws compare to how it should truly be. And you can answer some questions there. And again, you're going to want to copy this and then go over here and paste it in over here on this page, and then hit your formulas, show formulas, to make them all show. And you also have some questions to answer, so make sure you do those as well.